Terrorism in all its forms and manifestations poses serious threats to international peace and security. India remains a consistent victim of this threat since decades. Raising this issue at 12th BRICS summit virtually, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi launched a scathing attack against those countries that are openly supporting terrorism. He also urged the international community to take the necessary steps to enhance cooperation to prevent and combat terrorism, including cross-border movement of terrorists. We have a report.
While the world is still combating the threat of COVID-19 with the hopes of having a vaccine soon, a massive threat called terrorism continues to prevail with no solution in sight. India, being one of the prime victims of this menace, has been taking up the issue of state-sponsored terrorism at various world forums for years. Slamming the terror-breeding countries at the 12th BRICS summit, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi made it clear that terrorism is the biggest international threat today, and an influential organization like the BRICS must address the issue of cross-border terrorism. Modi's remarks at the summit are being seen as an indirect hit towards Pakistan, which is a globally known sponsor of terrorism and allows terror groups to target India from its soil.
Excellencies, आतंकवाद आज विश्व के सामने सबसे बड़ी समस्या है। हमें यह सुनिश्चित करना होगा कि आतंकवादियों को समर्थन और सहायता देने वाले देशों को भी दोषी ठहराया जाए और इस समस्या का संगठित तरीके से मुकाबला किया जाए।
Pakistan's army and the ISI use terrorism as their strategic weapon against India. Recognizing this threat, international community is standing with India to prevent and fight terrorism, including cross-border movement of terrorists into India from Pakistani territory. India's relations with international community are broadening by each passing day, and the country is not only involved in planning the counter-terrorism strategies, but is also engaged in many military joint exercises with nations all over the world.
आज भारत की सेनाएं दुनिया के बड़े-बड़े देशों के साथ साझा अभ्यास कर रही है। आतंक के खिलाफ हम रणनीतिक साझेदारियां कर रहे हैं। भारत की सेनाओं ने दिखाया है कि वो आतंक के ठिकानों पर कभी भी कहीं भी स्ट्राइक कर सकते हैं।
Prime Minister Modi's statement against state-sponsored terrorism comes at a time when Pakistan's nefarious strategies against India are getting hammered at all corners of the country. Under the ongoing operations against anti-India forces, the Special Cell of Delhi Police foiled a major terror attack and nabbed 2 terrorists in the national capital. The terrorists belong to Pakistan-based terror organization Jaish-e-Mohammed, which was also responsible for the 2019 Pulwama attack in India's Jammu and Kashmir. Back in August this year, Delhi police had failed another such terror conspiracy in the city as they nabbed Abu Yusuf Khan, a terrorist associated with Islamic State of Khorasan province, while he was planting IEDs to carry out major strikes in crowded places of New Delhi.
This is what, in fact, Pakistan does every year. Every year during Indian festivals, Pakistan sends terrorists across the borders. The Indian security forces have hammered Pakistan like hell, and they have bombarded and destroyed many of the Pakistani posts. Not only that, but then the terror launch pads also have been destroyed. So this is the exact language which Pakistan understands. And Pakistan, this shows that Pakistan is not bothered about its country at all. When they are in the grey list of FATF, they still have the cheek of sending terrorists across the borders.
Pakistan's deep state, that is the army, has been indulging in malicious activities like infiltration and espionage to unleash mayhem in India. In a sophisticated world, where the other countries are looking forward to establishing peace, harmony, and developing new technologies for the advancement of the world settlement, Pakistan's state policy of terrorism is causing violence and is creating an environment of distrust in the world.